Here it refers to the presence of lymph in the blood, which is the presence of white blood cells, which is also known as the rasa dhatu. It's a bodily tissue, the juice of the body, that which you intake, the food or the beverage or even whatever you intake in terms of the experiences, life experiences, that develops the rasa dhatu. And Kapha is the main player. Kapha Dosha is the main player here because Kapha, as we know, is composed of the water and earth elements. Apart from lymph, then we have the Meda Dhatu, which is the fat present in the body. Kapha plays an important role here as well because without the presence of fat, there cannot be storage of energy within the body. However, if the quality of fat stored is poor, which is essentially the responsibility of the dhatu previous to the fat dhatu, the Meda dhatu, which is the mamsa, the muscles of the body, one cannot get or develop good bones. So there is this whole cycle of the bodily tissues, as we see. From rasa dhatu, we come to the Rakta Dhatu, which is the domain of Pitta. Rakta is essentially the blood, the red blood cells that flow within arteries and veins. And from Rakta, we move on to Mamsa, where again, it's a cross-functional domain of different doshas that help in good muscle development. In case the quality of Rakta Dhatu is poor, then the muscle quality will also be poor. From the muscle, Mamsa Dhatu, we move on to Meda Dhatu, which is essentially the fat tissues present within the body, which help in the storage of energy within the body. Now, fat is also very important for different functions taking place within the body. It is also very essential to develop good bone structure, healthy bone structure, because post the Meda Dhatu, we have the Asthi Dhatu, which refers to the bones within the body. So good bone structure is essential for us to express ourselves completely, to assert ourselves. It gives us that self-confidence. From the Asthi Dhatu, we move on to Maja Dhatu, which is the bone marrow. This bone marrow is present in the bone cavities and the spinal cord. It's also present in the the nerve tissue. This bone marrow, which is a very fragile kind of substance, and it fills in those spaces and it gives us a sense of fulfillment. Bone marrow is very, very important for nourishing the sexual fluids within the body, which is the Shukra Dhatu, the seventh Dhatu, and the most important of all the Dhatus. And all these Dhatus help with the structural development of the body as well as the lubrication. Kapha plays an important role when it comes to sexual fluids. The quality of sexual fluids, both in men and female, are very, very important because that signifies the inner strength or the inner wellness of a person. If the sexual fluids, which in this case refer to the reproductive fluids present in a woman's body or the semen present in a man's body, if they are not of good quality, that totally reflects that that there is disturbance within the doshas in the body. There is disturbance present within the body-mind mechanism internally. It also signifies the immunity of that person. One can say that a good balanced kapha is highly responsible for a good immunity system within a body or within an individual. There is a term called ojas, which is referred to the immunity of a person, radiant aura that one has when one's immune system is strong, and that comes when the sexual fluids of a person are also very, very healthy. So we can see that kapha plays a very important role in the overall structural development and lubrication within the body.